This is the Cowsar 60-inch Fireplace TV Stand Mantel Wood Surround Firebox, and I've been living with it long enough to give you a straight, real-world take. I picked it because I wanted a single piece that could hold a 60-inch TV, hide my consoles and cables, and add a cozy focal point without dealing with a real chimney or gas lines. It promised heat, storage, and a mood boost in one unit, and that mix really appealed to me. Unboxing was a small adventure. It ships in 2 boxes, and mine arrived on separate days, which slowed me down a bit. It's heavy at about 123 pounds, so I treated it like a 2-person job and took my time moving the larger panels. The packaging protected everything well, though I did notice a cosmetic quirk. The little decal over the touch controls didn't sit perfectly flat. Not a deal breaker, but it took a bit of finesse to smooth it out. Assembly tested my patience. The panels are labeled, the instructions are pretty clear, and the pre-drilled holes lined up, which I appreciated. Still, I set aside an afternoon and used a power screwdriver to save my wrist. The most stubborn step was securing the firebox into the mantel. The space around the screw points is tight, so I had better luck with a long Phillips screwdriver and slow, careful turns. From my experience, that's the moment when you call in a friend to hold the unit steady so you can reach those awkward angles. Once the frame was square and the top was on, the whole thing felt solid and the doors aligned fine. The look lands between modern and farmhouse, which works well in a lot of living rooms. Mine is the walnut color, and it reads warm and neutral, so it blends with wood floors and darker media gear. The edges are clean, and the finish is consistent. Just keep in mind the core material is engineered wood, MDF particle board. That's normal at this price, but it does best when you keep it dry and don't overload the shelves. I avoid sliding it around and lift from the base if I need to shift it. Key features I keep using are the customizable flame effects, the dual heat settings, the timer, and the remote. The firebox is quartz infrared, which means it warms objects and people quickly without blasting hot air straight in your face. You get 750 watts and 1500 watts modes, and there's a no heat option, so the flames can stay on year-round. BTU is just a way to measure heat output, and this one is rated at 5,100 BTU. In my opinion, it's ideal for a medium room. My space is a little under 400 square feet, and it takes the chill off nicely without turning the room stuffy. The flame effects are fun to play with. There are multiple flame colors, an ember bed with lots of color choices, and adjustable brightness and speed. It's easy to turn the mood from warm and subtle to bright and playful. The realism is good enough for ambiance, though I wouldn't say it perfectly mimics a real wood fire. It's more like a high-quality light show with a cozy vibe. The glass stays cool to the touch. The blower is quiet enough that it doesn't drown out dialogue, and I rely on the 8-hour timer when I'm settling in for a long movie night. Storage was a big win for me. 2 side cabinets and the center shelves gave me room for a soundbar, streaming box, controllers, and some board games. Adjustable shelves help with taller gear. I routed cables cleanly and kept my surge protector tucked away so the setup looks neat. The top easily supports my 60-inch TV, and the depth gives me breathing room for the stand. From my experience, the daily use is where this unit shines. I tap the touch controls if I'm walking by, but the remote is what I use most. The buttons are simple, so I can change brightness, flame speed, heat level, and the timer without thinking. I've run it on 750 watts for background warmth and switched to 1500 watts on colder nights, and it ramps up fast. The heater output is steady and doesn't make the room feel dry. I've used it with the flames only during warm evenings, just to get that calm glow. I did run into a couple of small hiccups. I mentioned the control decal earlier. Mine wanted to lift at a corner. I pressed it down and moved on, but I'd like to see better adhesive out of the box. Also, because this is engineered wood, you'll want to avoid any water spills and use coasters if you park drinks on top. If you move homes often, be gentle. MDF doesn't love being taken apart and put back together repeatedly, and screws can loosen if you over-tighten. It's perfect for someone who wants an all-in-one media center and a fireplace vibe without a contractor. If you rent, or you can't vent a real fire, this gives you heat, style, and a focal point that makes a room feel more inviting. If you're picky about super realistic flames, you might find it a little stylized. And if you hate assembling furniture, or you don't have basic tools, you might get frustrated. A long screwdriver and an extra set of hands make the install way smoother. In my opinion, the value comes from how it changes a room. I get a warm, relaxed feel on demand. The TV sits at a comfortable height, and the storage keeps clutter out of sight. The flame customization is genuinely enjoyable. The heater is effective for supplemental warmth, and the safety features like overheat protection give me peace of mind. Power-wise, I plug it into a standard wall outlet and avoid extension cords, which is what the manual recommends for heaters like this. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a modern meets farmhouse piece that earns its floor space. It's also a nice pick if you host gatherings and want a central spot that feels cozy without turning the thermostat up for the whole house. If long-term durability is your top priority or you plan to move it a lot, keep your expectations realistic about engineered wood. Treat it gently, and it should stay looking good. From my experience, the biggest learning was pacing myself. Unbox carefully, lay out all the parts, and start with the cabinet frame before handling the firebox. Take your time on the screws around the insert, and make sure the unit is square before tightening everything down. After that, it's all about dialing in your favorite flame and color combo and letting the space do its thing. In conclusion, the Cowsar 60-inch Fireplace TV Stand Mantel Wood Surround Firebox delivers on its promise of heat, storage, and style in a single piece. It's not flawless, the assembly can be tedious, and the flame is more refined ambiance than perfect imitation, but it's a strong option for a living room that needs warmth and a clean, organized media setup. I get a lot of use out of it, and it's become part of my daily routine, whether I'm watching a show or just unwinding with the lights low. I'll leave the details about the Cowsar 60-inch Fireplace TV Stand Mantel Wood Surround Firebox in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.